What's up, my people? Welcome back to my official, a place where we share about business, money, life, and self-growth. Today we are talking about how you can avoid debts. So watch this video until the end, and by the end of the video, you'll know the ways how you can avoid debts. I'll share these ways right after the break. If you watched my video last week where I shared about the strategies you can use to clear debts, so at this moment you have a plan on ways you can clear your debt. But also, if you aren't yet into debt, you have to watch this video so that if you aren't yet there, you don't get into debts. And if you have debts and you have a strategy of clearing them, once you're out of debts, you don't want to get back into the debts. So this is the reason why you have to watch this video, and one of the reasons I'm making this video, so that when you watch it, you can know the ways you can use to avoid debts. First and foremost, you should have an emergency fund. I've talked about an emergency fund before, but I will still repeat it. Have some money aside, at least money that can take you for 3 to 6 months in case you lost your job or when you aren't working. For example, if your car breaks down or you get urgent health issues, this emergency fund will help you in such cases. You won't have to call your friends, your family, or even your boss to get an advance payment to clear those bills. So having an emergency fund is very, very important because it will help you to stay on the lane and help you have funds to use in case things go bad at any point. So it's very important for you to have an emergency fund to avoid going into debts. The other way how you can avoid getting into debt is buying only what you can afford. I repeat, buying only what you can afford. We are in an era where things are advancing each and every day. The day you buy a Samsung S9 or S10, the other day there will be S11. The day you buy an iPhone X, tomorrow there is an iPhone 11. But if you know you can't afford the iPhone 11, stay with your iPhone X or your iPhone 6. You don't have to be on pressure just because your friends are buying these things to also get that thing. But instead you can save each and every other day if you want that thing, so that you don't buy something that you can't afford at a time. We are also in an era where we buy things that we don't need, but just to be there and to show off each and every day. But remember, you're showing off, and when you're into debts alone. So buy only the things you can afford. Have a budget and stick to that budget. Know the amount of money you earn each and every day. Know the amount of money you save and the amount of money you have as surplus to spend on these different things. If you can't afford something, it's very, very, very bad to start spending on it just to show off or just to have it, but it's not of much importance to you. So buy things that you can only afford, and this will help you not get into debts. The other way how you can avoid debts is limiting your expenses. We've already talked about a budget. You know the amount of money you're earning, you know the amount of money you're spending, and the surplus income that you can use on other things. So make sure that the amount of things you're spending your money on are not above the amount of money you're remaining with as surplus or equal to that amount. Because if it is equal, it means you won't get money to save. And remember, we've said saving is very, very key because it's one of the ways that you can use to accumulate your emergency fund. And if it is above, this is what we are talking about right now. It means you're going to be into debt. So just to avoid all those things, make sure that you limit your expenditure and make sure that that expenditure is below the amount of money you're earning. Each and every day, there are things we do, for example, shopping, transport, buying food. Instead of going to a big supermarket to buy all these other things that you can buy from the market at a cheaper cost, you'd rather buy those things from the market instead of going to a bigger supermarket or going to a shopping mall to buy clothes or merchandise, depending on the things you spend your money on. But make sure get cheaper options instead of buying from the expensive places just to show off or just out of ignorance. But there could be other ways you could save. So depending on all these things, make sure you limit your expenditure. This is another way how you can avoid debt. So to you who has watched this video until this point, have an emergency fund, buy only what you can afford, and limit your expenditure. These three things will help you. They will help you not get into debt and even accumulate your fund in case of an emergency. So watching this video is very key, but sharing it to another person to also get to know these things and get to know the knowledge on how they can avoid getting into debt is also good. So please share this video, like the video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel Mayor Official if you haven't yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell to always receive a notification once we upload the video. You'll be the first to know if you hit the notification bell. I remain Mayor. Salute.